In our last lesson, we took a look at what sorcery is. We got into the nitty gritty. We took some actionable steps to engage with the personhood of plants. In this lesson, lesson number 2, we're exploring how to communicate with plant spirits. We're holding lore and legend in one hand, personal gnosis in another hand, and we're opening up our hearts to engage directly with the plant spirits. So I want to share 3 techniques with you. Very, very simple, very, very powerful, because without the ability to commune with plants, it makes things very difficult. We want to learn from them, engage with them, participate in the wholeness of things with them. And so some level of communication is important. Now, this gets easier over time. It gets sharper and clearer over time. So if you struggle, if you get nothing, if you get garble, that's okay. These are muscles that need to be flexed. You're going to go through a period of soreness. You're going to go through a period of self-doubt, of pushback. You may have really great experiences right out of the gate, only to have them fall apart down the road. All of that is normal. These are relationships. And so when people get frustrated, I remind them, think about all of your relationships with humans, right? They're complicated, and sometimes there's miscommunication and no communication and too much communication. So we're dealing with people through and through, and so be gentle on yourself, consistent and open, and you'll end up getting there. So the first method of plant spirit communication, perhaps one of the most powerful, is simply by aligning to a communicative process that's already happening. And I talk about this a lot. If you've heard it before, listen again, because it's a good reminder that our breath is engaging us in sacred reciprocity and deep communication with the plant spirits all day, every day, while we're awake, while we're asleep, while we're paying attention, and while we're not, right? That every breath you inhale is a direct gift from the plant spirits. You are inhaling what they have exhaled. And similarly, when you exhale, it is an offering to the plant spirits. They inhale what you have exhaled. So, conscious or not, you are already in deep rapport, deep reciprocity, and deep communication with the plants. And we can lean into this breathing process and sort of let it go deeper. Follow the breath, let it unfold, let it get bigger and louder and more spacious. So I invite you, if this is new, to hit the pause or finish the video and carve some time out to go sit with a plant, a tree, a shrub, house plant, doesn't matter, and just share intentional breath. Okay? Offer your exhalation, and on that exhalation you can offer a desire to communicate, gratitude, respect. Allow that you're feeling the plant soaking up your exhalation, receiving it fully, and then the plant is going to exhale a gift to you, and you're going to soak that up. Let it feel how it feels. You can use creative visualization if you want. You can use physical gestures if that helps. Do what you need to do. This is very personal work. What's important is that you feel the thing and that the gateway opens, right? That's important. So step 1, breathe. Step 2, medicine. This is another very powerful way to communicate with plants, one of my favorites. And in this particular method, we are working with the medicine of a plant that is safe and appropriate for us to take internally. You do not need to take a therapeutic dose. You could easily work with a tincture of an herb that is safe for you to consume and take just 1 drop of tincture, which pretty much safe for everybody. Or if it's an herb you're working with, go ahead and take a therapeutic dose. It doesn't matter. And what we do is follow that medicine as it moves through our body. If you're taking tea, an incense, a balm, a bath, you can apply this creatively to any of those other mediums of plant medicine. But I like tincture because you get the color, the scent, the flavor, the ease. You can kind of take your drops, screw the cap on, and immediately drop into the journey. And that's how it should be. So what we do here is take the medicine, draw it into your heart center, right? Obviously it's going to go into your belly, but we're drawing the spirit of the plant into our heart center. And it's a prayer of invocation. We're asking for that plant to be fully, fully present with us, within us. And then you just sort of listen from everywhere. See what thoughts, feelings, memories arise, how your body shifts and changes, feelings, sensations, perceptions. Everything is meaningful. The plant is going to communicate with you from inside of you using your own language symbols. So the memories that come up, the feelings that come up, the sensations that come up are coming up because they mean something to you, and they mean something relevant to what the plant is giving you. Insight the plant is giving you, medicine, teachings, relationships the plant is giving you, right? So we just have to follow and be present and see where it goes. The final is a combination of the breath and the medicine. And I have a little step-by-step on this one. So I'm going to put that up. You can take notes, you can write it out or whatever. If you follow these notes, it really does make it quite easier to go deeper into this process. So step one, we step in with intent and receptivity, right? We are intending to connect deeply to the plant spirit. We're reaching out to them. We want to know them. We want to have an experience of their personhood. That's us projecting outward. And simultaneously, we become receptive. We invite them in. We open ourselves up to them. We trust that they're going to come in and teach us. That's us becoming open this way, right? So there's an exhalation and an inhalation part of this first step. Intent, receptivity. Then, if you're able to sit with the plant in person, which is always ideal, explore with your senses. Gaze at them, look at their colors, their textures, the scents, the animals that surround them and insects, the other plants that grow. If the plant is safe to touch, run your hands along the plant, feel their textures, see how that feels, look at the soil that they're growing in. Really just engage in a sensory way with the plant, right? It's amazing how much you can learn. But by doing this, you actually drop yourself into kind of a light trance and you enter into an energetic rapport with the plant. You slow down to tree speed. And this is where a lot of the magic happens. Then we're going to go back to step one and just share breath. You just have to do this for a minute, if you want, or shorter. Offer your exhalation to the plant, receive the inhalation from the plant. Offer, receive, offer, receive. And here your trance is going to deepen. You're really going to get into a nice, fuzzy, squishy trance state, exactly what we want. And then, using what you know about this plant, invoke them. Even if they're growing right in front of you, still invoke them. Call their name, state their virtues, their lore, their medicine, ways they've helped you in the past. You can do this silently or aloud, but really call out to them. And we're doing this, A, to give the plant permission and consent to do the work with us, but B, to create space within us for the plant to come in, right? We're actually subtly making room for the relationship to happen. And then sit and experience the presence. Just sit with everything you've done so far and just be in the presence of the plant. And maybe some things will start happening and maybe they won't. Either one is okay. From here, you can take your medicine. Take 1 drop, 3 drops, a full dropper of your tincture. So now you're in the invoked presence of the plant. Maybe you're sitting with them physically and now you have their spirit inside of your body. This is loud, right? This gets really big and this is how we want it, right? It's a little psychedelic even sometimes. And we follow the medicine just like we did in step 2, listening from everywhere, learning from within, your own language symbols, trusting the process, trusting yourself, recognizing it's going to sound like it's in your own head, it's going to sound like it's in your own voice, and that's totally fine, totally expected. And then when you're done, go write it down. Whatever the plant spirit gave you, honor it by writing it down. If they, taught you something or gave you an inspiration, go actualize it. Plant spirits tell their friends, if they show up and give you something to do, something to work on, something to consider, and you don't do it, you are far less likely the next time to have a good experience, because the plants say, yeah, I showed up and gave this person all of this wisdom, and all they did was sat and second guessed it and picked it apart and did nothing. If it's safe, sane, and consensual, go do it. Prove to them that you're serious and that you will take the gifts they give you and you'll run with them. And over time, those gifts will get bigger and stronger and more powerful because they know you can handle it and they know that you'll do what they're trying to guide you into doing. So, several steps laid out here so that you can follow them. And this is very, very powerful way to enter into communication. Not teaching you how to have a conversation with the plants, none of that, because it's going to come up for you the way that it does. This is a process that is hard to teach and it's best learned by personal experience. So you have to go out and do the work. You have to go sit and show up and take the medicine and share the breath and see where it takes you and have experiences that solidify your green sorcery, your style of plant spirit communication. So get out there and make it happen. Let me know how it goes.